great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney practicing law in my white hoodie throughout the United States, out of our offices in San Diego, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis, Missouri. How's everybody doing? How is your Tuesday? Is it off to a good start? I went to the gym this morning, so I'm feeling good. I got on that treadmill and sweated a little bit. So life is good. Seems like life's going pretty fast today. I haven't even had a chance to clean my glasses yet, so that's not good. But I've just been running around crazy, working on a nice little presentation I'm going to have for you maybe tomorrow on how international students get H-1Bs. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll clean up the slides. I did it for the intake team today. And then I'm here to answer your questions. What questions do you have? What do you want to know about? What's new? What videos you want me to do? I haven't done any videos in a while. I need to do some new videos. So if you got a topic for me, lay it on me here on TikTok. Azhar's asking for our number. Let me give you all of our contact information. You can reach us if you have a case that you want to hire us to help with. 314-961-8200 or email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. If you're just looking for free information, we've got this show. We've got our Immigrant Home Facebook group. And we have our YouTube channel where I have literally thousands of videos talking about the immigration process. For those on TikTok, you don't have to write your questions more than once. Hina will share them with me on Slack. So thank you to Hina for that. Thank you to Huli for watching the waiting room and helping me keep track of that. First Sent One is asking, where are you based from? We are based in St. Louis, but immigration is federal, so we handle cases all over the country. I have my friend Cleon here. Kwaku is back. Hello, Kwaku. Wisleen is here. Yvette, Tyrone, Dammy, Hina, Sashin, Del, Hiram, Umaru from Yuma. Sounds like a good country western song. Donna is here. Big ups to all the Yardies. Media. Good morning. Audrylin says from Jacksonville, North Carolina. I hope things are getting back to normal in North Carolina. We got Sashin. Let's see. Searing is here. Jay Cruz. Somebody wants to co-host. I don't even know what that means. Should we try to co-host? I don't know. That could be weird. I'll say no. Sorry. I'll try it some other time, maybe when we're not online here. Remember, you can text your questions here in TikTok, or you can come over and ask me on camera, or you can be off camera and ask me on YouTube. All right. We got Emily's watching from Kenya. Rich, Kansan Kaya, Temmy's here. Hi, Temmy. Carolyn is in St. Louis. No, is asking if it's raining in St. Louis. It's just drizzling a little bit. BDDS, Anna is here. Carolina, hello. Robert's here. Hello, Robert. Jets suck. Yes, we know that. Michael Samuel, the Jets are always finding a way to lose. People from Illinois are being invited by Yassine to come up to Milwaukee to help with Wisconsin. All right. So hello to everybody else. So I didn't get to you. I say hello. Let's go ahead and talk to Philip. Hello, Philip.
Hey, how you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. So I just had a quick question for you. So sorry about the background noise. I'm at the airport right now, but I was curious. So I recently became a permanent resident a couple months ago through marriage to my U.S. citizen spouse. And we do travel internationally every so often. So I was considering either applying for global entry or Nexus. My only issue with doing so is in the past, before I became a permanent resident, I was an F1 student and I had engaged in unauthorized work. I did disclose this in my application when I applied for my green card, and I was approved on the spot. But I was curious because when I was reading some of the requirements for when applying for this, having an immigration violation can cause a denial. So I was curious as to, one, should I try applying for it, and two, if I get denied, would it affect me in the future?
The answer to number two is no. It won't affect you if you apply for it and don't get it. And as far as question number one, I don't know the answer. We don't deal with global entry for people, so I don't know whether that would impact your ability to get it. I wouldn't think so. I would think that you becoming a green card holder sort of clears that all up, as long as you're honest about it. So I think you'd still be able to get it, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, yeah, I was just kind of curious about that. And also, one quick other question. If, as a permanent resident, if I were to acquire another nationality abroad, would that affect me at all? Because my parents want to register me abroad in Albania, which is where they're from, and I was just curious, would that affect me at all?
No, it's just something you're gonna have to disclose and explain if you apply for citizenship.
Yeah, that's not an issue. I've no issue with that. All right,
Awesome.
that's it. Thank you
Good
so
luck,
much,
buddy.
Thank
See ya. All right, Bernard is back. Hello, Bernard.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Quick question. I got married on my birthday in July 2024, right? So far I download your evidence, and so far I'm like 85 to 90% there in terms of evidence. The biggest main one I don't have is the tax return, or the tax together. That's the main one I don't have. But so far I got 85 to 90% of the evidence. Can I find out, or should I try to get a little bit more evidence?
Well, I believe we've talked a few times about you're trying to gather evidence, and I thought when the last time we talked, I was putting you more at about 20 or 25%. So I think, if you're out of status, you should apply sooner rather than later.
Oh.
But when you're talking about the tax return, you mean you haven't yet filed a joint tax return? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. They understand that.
Mm-hmm. You understand that? Okay.
And then if you file taxes, for this year and the case is still pending, then you just upload that and include that in your overall evidence.
Oh, okay. So that means we'll be good to go. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Bye, Bernard. See ya. All right. Let's go to Sam. Hi, Sam. Sam, are you there? I see a pretty sweet ceiling on Sam's camera. I don't know. Let's go over to TikTok. Let's see what TikTok has for us. Yasser says, can you renew your green card online while outside the USA? I do not believe you can. I think you have to be physically present in the United States to renew your green card. Kaziko, is applying for the DV lottery affect the current marriage-based product? No, you can go ahead and apply for the DV if you have a marriage case pending. Sylvia, that was Kaziko. Sylvia, my asylum case is pending and I went out of US. How can I re-enter? Well, if you didn't get advanced parole, they're probably not going to let you back in. That's why you don't leave with a pending asylum case. And you might have a bar if you were here for a long time without status. Anikil Johnson says, can I use more than one person for my affidavit of support, and who is included in the affidavit? So we don't spend a lot of time on here talking about affidavit supports because it's so boring. But in answer to your question, you can't add up a bunch of people who don't make enough money to create one person who does. You just need to focus on one person who does. If you have one person who does, then you don't need another joint sponsor. You still the spouse has to be the sponsor, but don't waste your time with joint sponsors who can't qualify. Just focus on the one who does. And username 145289, married to U.S. citizen, green card application process, want to open my business across the border. Okay, go ahead. I wouldn't worry about that too much. That should be fine as long as, I don't know how much travel you're gonna have to do back and forth. I would focus on that, right? But there's no rule that says you couldn't open your business across the border. All right, Beverly says, good morning, Jim. Thanks, you're doing a great job. I appreciate that. Rich and Donna are talking about teaching me patois. I'm all for that. Okay. Foluke Faluki, are you there? Hello, Faluki. No. The waiting room is wide open. So if anybody wants to come into the waiting room and come on camera and ask me a question, I'd be happy to answer it. I'm going to clear out these people that aren't answering. Faluki's out. Sam, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Jim, how are you?
Good, Sam. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. Actually, my son sponsored my wife. Last year, he submitted the 130 and it got approved this June. So regarding the 485, he submitted on January, like 9 months ago, and till now, still pending. So my question is, on the time he submits the application, he wasn't work on that time, and we just got my brother. Has like a low income, but um, I think like he make like 32,000, and he has a family of 4 plus my wife. So my wife, she's actually working, and she make around 60,000 a year. Uh, but we bought my brother for income to support her too. For now, my son start working, and he make a good income. So is it okay? We can just submit my son just in case anything was my wife or my brother income. He work right now and he can sponsor her. Is it okay? We can send his income. Do you accept it?
So first of all, did you file the I-130 and the 45 separately?
Yeah, the I-130 filed last year on May, and it took like 1 year to be approved. He just approved on June this year, and the 485 submitted in January this year, like 9 months ago, and it's still pending.
So when they submitted the 485, they submitted an affidavit of support from your son and then another one from a co-sponsor, right?
Yeah, but my son wasn't working on that time.
Right. So he needs 3 years of good earning history. So you need a co-sponsor.
Okay, so he started working right now. He has income. Is it okay to send his income?
Again, you need 3 years of good earnings. He has none. So no, he won't be able to do it by himself.
Okay. So my brother is still
So
should be.
he still has to be the sponsor, but if he doesn't make enough money, then you need a co-sponsor.
Okay. What about her income? She do like 60,000 a year.
You can waste a whole lot of time trying to get them to accept her income. Most of the time they just fight you on that. So I would vote no. I would vote on finding a different co-sponsor. And the brother who only makes 32,000, that's not going to cut it either.
Okay. So what about, do you think they can make a decision? It's now like almost 9 months. It's an NBC.
It sounds like they're going to ask you for send you a request for evidence because your son doesn't make enough money and the co-sponsor doesn't make enough money. So you're either going to get a notice of intent to deny or a request for evidence.
Okay. So when's he going to make that decision? Like how long it take?
Well, you'll have confused them because you filed the I-130 separately from the 485, but the 485 will probably take about a year. So you probably have a little bit of time, and they have to notify you beforehand. So they should send you a letter, but you need to get that lined up.
Okay. So do I have to find another sponsor?
That's what I'm telling you. Yes, that's my advice.
Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
You got it. See you, bud. Session's here. Hi, Session.
Hi, hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm Christine.
Great.
Christine is here too. My fiance.
Hi, guys.
So she's a German citizen and I'm a U.S. citizen. We met 3 years ago, and she has traveled in 2023 and 2 using esta. On 2023, she came here for 15 months of training using J1. And on March of this year, we left to travel around. We went to our family home in different countries. We came back on September 23rd. And when we entered, she had to use esta again. We are planning to get married on 23rd of November. Her esta is only valid till December something, 23rd, I think, 3 months from her enter time. What procedure should we use to go forward from there? Like, can she stay if we file her paper before December 23rd? Can she has a can she continue her legal status? Or should we get married, go back to Germany, come back again using her ESTA, so she has another 3 months extension?
So on the J1 that she had, who paid for the studies, the J1 studies? Did she pay for it? Was it work and travel, or was it?
Yeah, travel, working.
I got paid. I had a paycheck.
So you're not subject to Rule 212E. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, you need to look at your DS 2019. Some of the in the bottom left-hand corner or on your visa. Look at both. But for some J1s, there's a requirement that you go back home for 2 years when you're
No,
done.
I don't have this.
She already went back after that. After the training was done, we already left US for about 6 months.
No,
So you
but
need to
not
leave for
that.
2 years.
Yeah, but it says no waiver. Like I don't need to go for 2 years back.
Okay. And then this last entry into the United States, when did you enter the United States?
September 23rd.
So about 3.5 weeks ago.
Yes.
And you're not already married, right?
No, we are planning that. That's the reason we came back, because our family here is here in Maryland. So we're planning to get married in Maryland.
No. The reason you came back was because she wanted to visit the United States again. It wasn't because she was coming to get married. If you come planning to get married and stay on ESTA, that's a big problem.
Oh, okay.
So she was coming to visit, and now that you're here, if you let 60 days go by and apply for a green card, if you get married after 60 days in that window before the ESTA is up, then she can stay the whole time while that case is pending.
Okay. And she won't lose her status.
What status does she have that she's afraid of losing?
Meaning right now, what I was, the 3 months is legally staying, and after 3 months, she would be out of status. Isn't that correct?
Once you apply for a marriage-based green card, then that keeps her in status while that case is pending.
Okay. So as long as we apply before December 23rd, after we get married, she would still be pending status, right?
Keeping in mind that she can't get married in the first 60 days after she entered.
Okay, so it will be days. After 61 days will be like in legal.
Okay, first 60 days. Okay.
Now, the one thing to keep in mind, this is the thing. So when you come, like when the first time I did an ESTA adjustment, it's different than if you come for a visa, because if the case goes sideways, you don't have the right to see a judge. You're subject to expedited removal. So I would say you probably want to be very careful. You probably want to have a lawyer help you, because
yes, sir.
Because I think that there's lots of little questions on the 485, especially, that could get you in trouble depending on how you answer.
And I think I know a good lawyer in mind already.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to talk to us about it, just email us and say, hey, I'm Sashin, and we were just on the show, and we want to talk about filing for a green card. We can set up a meeting with one of our lawyers. And Juli's giving me the thumbs up, which means they got you. So we'll follow up with you later on today. Okay.
Yes. We actually talked with Juan yesterday from your office.
Okay, great.
And that's how we found out about your group, this group. Juan told us about the group. So I said, okay, let me just join the group and talk to Jim on the group.
Perfect.
So we have to wait for 60 days and then get the marriage license, get married. And then within that last month, we have to start the filing process and file before the 23rd of December, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Well, one more question. So I saw also your other videos where you're talking about all the like everything what is evidence from our relationship. So we have a lot of evidence. Even I think the contract where we stayed before in Florida together, the 13 months. I'm also appearing on the
She was on my lease. We stayed together when she was here for work with J1.
Okay.
That should be a good helping evidence, right?
Yeah, that's good evidence.
and also the travel and everything.
I think he will talk about that when we work with him.
No, you're good. Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Jim.
Have
I
a good day.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Huli. Huli, if you could send me that link too, I'd appreciate it. All right. Let's go to Kelton. Hi, Kelton.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, not too bad. So I had a couple of quick questions. So my fiance is here from Nicaragua on what I believe is humanitarian parole.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my questions was, so given what's going on with kind of the election, is there any possibility that her humanitarian parole could get canceled before the end of her stay, like the time period that she's allowed to be here?
I think that's doubtful.
Doubtful. Okay, gotcha. And then my other question is, we're planning on getting married relatively soon, within like the next month or so. What if she has to go back to Nicaragua if she doesn't adjust her status in June? What happens with her work permit while she's in process of getting a marriage-based green card? Is she still eligible to work, or is that not something that she can do?
So my proposal in that instance would be, let's say you got married on January 1st.
Yes.
I would apply for a work card based on the adjustment. So if the other one ends, she still has that one carrying her over.
Okay, even if it's not issued yet.
Even if it's not issued yet. Well, I mean, that's why you'd want to start in January, because it should come in 2 or 3 months, and that way you'd cover it over.
Got you. I see what you're saying. So the green card comes fast. I mean, the work permit comes substantially faster than the actual green card.
Fingers crossed.
Gotcha. And then what happens if there is a gap?
Well,
would she have to stop employment then?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Because I've heard some conflicting information just from some other sources.
Well, here's how I'll lay it out. Here's how I say it. So the law says that she should stop working when she gets, if the first work permit expires. But the law also says that if she worked without permission, if there was a gap and she worked without permission, if her green card's approved based on her marriage to a U.S. citizen, then that unauthorized work would be forgiven as long as it's disclosed.
Got you. So it's kind of just that weird gray area. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. That answers all my questions. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Kelton. See you, buddy.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Faluke came back, I think. Hello? Faluke? Nope. All right, let's go to Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony. How are you? Jim, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm my wife, who's back in El Salvador. I-130 in December, and that is still going on. Is there a way that she can apply for a visa while we wait for that case?
Okay, so I have a ton of videos about this on my YouTube channel, and the answer is they don't usually give people a visit visa to the United States when they are young and of a marrying age, but also once they've filed an I-130 or had one filed for them, then they've demonstrated immigrant intent, and that's a bell that you can't unring. Once you ring that bell, then a non-immigrant visit visa is inconsistent with that, so most likely she's not going to get it.
Okay, all right. And the I-130 cases are taking long, aren't they?
Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for the info.
Bye, Tony. Sorry. Tony sounded disappointed. Yeah, most of those visit visas are denied if you're married and filing an I-130. All right. User 805. How will USCIS take it if I marry my girlfriend who's 15 years older than me? Probably depends on who's the citizen and who's the foreign national. If you're the foreign national, the one marrying the older person, that's probably going to make it harder. We've certainly had those cases approved, but they're tricky and they take a lot of extra work. Jaden, USA. I have a pending asylum case. Can I eligible for travel permit document for Canada? I have no idea. John, I don't know anything about Canada law. John D. How long would an N600 normally take? Depends on the field office, but usually somewhere between 6 and 18 months. Tavare Lewin. Hi, is it 3 years after marriage green card for citizenship or 3 years after marriage? When to apply for citizenship? So Tavare, this is the deal. In order to apply under the 3-year rule, you have to have a green card with a start date that's 3 years old. So you have to have the green card for 3 years, and you have to be married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years. So if you got your green card through some other way, not based on marriage, you need to, both those things have to be true. The green card has to be 3 years old, and the marriage has to be 3 years old. General question on PIP. Is there any update? They had an oral argument on the legality of PIP the other day. It's still pending. Still on hold, I should say. Sunshine. After the status change, the card being produced, how many days to deliver the card? That could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. Ray says, I filed the I-90 about 3 years ago. Now it's saying active review. Should I go ahead and file for citizenship? I think you probably mean the 751, Ray, not the I-90. I hope you filed the 751 if you got a conditional 2-year green card. Maybe you filed the wrong. 3 years is a really long time for an I-90. And usually people ask me about filing for citizenship in relation to a pending 751. So let's try to clarify that. Lacey says, my fiance is here after claiming asylum. Can he adjust his status here once we get married? Depends if he entered without inspection or not, Lacey. Depends if he entered without inspection. If he had a visa and claimed asylum, then through marriage to you, he could adjust his status. If not, it's going to be a whole lot harder, and there's probably going to need to be a waiver and all that stuff. All right, Umer says, hello. Hello, Umer. How are you? All right. Let's go to Yasser. Hi, Yasser.
Oh, hi, Jim. How are you? Hope you are
Good.
okay.
Sure.
Jim, good news. I already take my immigrant visa. Before I was G221. It takes about two months because there is some document I have to provide. I provide. After I provide maybe 6 weeks, they already give me the immigrant visa. So
That's
this
great.
is good news. We are now in Toledo now. In US.
Nice. Congrats. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Yasser.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye, Jim.
See ya.
Thank you for all your.
Oh, thanks for letting me. Yeah, for sure. Dammy says 2 months to get a green card produced and delivered is outrageous. I agree. 2 months is ridiculous. It should be the next day. I don't know what their problem is. All right. Let's go to Jojo. Hi, Jojo. You're on mute, Jojo. Get back, Jojo.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. How are you doing? I can take you off too.
Good. So I have a question. I applied for my citizenship on 2020. Wait 4 years for an interview. No priors whatsoever. Probably they assume something about my past.
Why?
Right?
Why would they assume
Well,
something?
it's very delicate case. I don't want to share this with you here. So now I had the interview. Well, the first interview was canceled. The second interview, I went with a lawyer. And now I'm still waiting. The interview was back in February. They say probably expect RFE, which I didn't receive it. And now I don't know what to do. So I want to know your advice, if it's the case to proceed with a mandamus or 1447B, I don't know which one.
Yeah.
And
What was the date of the first interview?
February 2020, this year, 2024.
Okay. So yeah, 1447B and mandamus, we would do both. When you say they sent you an RFE that was nasty, what did they ask for?
No, they say that at the interview, he say you probably should expect RFE, but they didn't send anything.
So did you have a lawyer file your citizenship case?
I filed for myself, and then since I see that things are a little bit complicated, because I knew they were assume something, so I hired the lawyer just for the interview to come with me.
When you say assume something, you mean that they think things about you that aren't true, or they would see?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes, because I have no priors. I never met a police in my life. Just one speed ticket and that's it. So I have no priors at all. So I don't know what should I do.
So what happened at your interview? How'd that go?
Very well. They asked me question about my travels. I travel a lot, but never more than 5 months per year. So they asked me about my travel, and so there are little things that I would like to discuss with you about this because they're very personal. So I don't know.
Why don't you email me then? Why don't you email me and then we go from there?
Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure if I can proceed with the mandamus or there.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to email you. So
yeah. Yep. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Thanks, Jojo.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you got it. Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Chris, you're on mute. Hello, Chris. Chris is out of here. All right, let's go back to TikTok. They don't keep me waiting over on TikTok, I'll tell you that. All right. Do they drug test you for the immigration medical? Yes. That was from Beauty. Moran says, when USCIS asks for a translated marriage certificate, you do it here in the U.S. or back home? Probably want to do it here in the U.S. Just needs to be someone who's fluent in both languages and can attest that it's a valid translation. Kamasti. Has anyone been denied a green card for working with an expired visa? Sure. If it's based on employment, that green card might be denied for that. If it was based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, then it shouldn't be. Winnie, I got my green card last week, but it has the incorrect birth year. It's USCIS's mistake, not mine. What to do? So you need to file an I-90, point out the mistake, send them a copy of the page where you told them the right address or sent them your birth certificate. You're going to have to prove in the letter that it was their mistake. Otherwise, they're going to send it back to you and ask you to make the payment. Alonzo says, must I do medical tests before my interview? Depends on what kind of interview you're talking about. If it's for an immigrant visa or a green card, yes. Ayanda, can entering the DV lottery affect me getting a visitor's visa? No, Ayanda. The DV lottery is such a long shot, they don't hold that against you as having immigrant intent. Veronica says, what option does someone from Nicaragua have if humanitarian parole ends? Well, it's the same as everybody else. There's certain ways to stay. You could apply for a TPS, I think. You could apply for asylum. You could apply for any kind of employment visa. It's going to be tricky, though, so we'll see. Hina's doing a great job. That's the 21st question we had from TikTok. All right. I see what that is. Okay, great. Mike is here. Hi, Mike. You're not driving, are you?
No, I parked. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Great, buddy.
Quick question. I saw your video about what happens after you send the complaint, and you said it depend on the Attorney General. Some of them would act quickly on it, and some of them would delay it until the end of the 60 days. Based on your experience in Virginia, Fairfax.
Fast.
What is it?
Fast.
Okay, thank you. And then the other question I have, with that case being in process, do you recommend that I just try my luck with the DV lottery visa green card or no?
I don't remember the circumstances of your case, but if you're in current valid immigration status and you're from a country that's eligible for the DV, I would say so. But I mean, there's no downside to applying, really. So I'd probably say yes, but it's probably a waste of time.
Okay. Just wanted to know that. All right. Thank you so much.
Mike. See you, buddy. All right. That's our buddy Mike. KG is here. Hi, KG.
Hey, Gene. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Not bad. Quick question about the, I think it's called the Welcome Corps. Have you heard of it? It's for when 5 U.S. citizens or residents can sponsor somebody who's a refugee from outside of the US and they can bring them here. There are a lot of resources online, but they're not very clear, and some of them are saying other stuff they're contradicting to the others. And I need to know exactly what are the conditions for something like this.
So I don't know about that program. I don't pay much attention to that program. I think that a lot of it is just political BS. If anybody in the comments is familiar with the program, go ahead. But I think that the frustration that you're seeing about getting inconsistent information is because the Biden team has done a shit job of trying to explain what they want and how this works and whether it's legal. So I don't have much for you, KG. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you so much for taking me.
You got it, buddy. See ya. All right. Alia, are you there? Alia Khan, hello.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Hi.
Mike, I have two questions. My first question is that I'm permanent resident from April 2021, and I want to file petition for my adult daughter. She's not currently living in USA. So, as I am resident from April 2021, so should I wait for my citizenship to apply for her, or can I apply for her right now, like as a green card holder?
Is she single or married?
Yeah, she's single right now.
Do you anticipate her getting married anytime soon?
Not anytime soon, but maybe later.
Well, you might want to wait till you become a citizen then if you think she's going to get married, because it's a long wait, and she would have to stay unmarried as a green card if you stay a green card holder.
Okay.
If not, if she's going to stay single until this all plays out, then I would go ahead and apply. I would have applied back in 2021.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, you should apply right away. You should have applied 3 years ago. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, actually, she was having the tourist visa and she was coming here and going back to the country. So I thought maybe I should not apply right now. So that's why that she don't have any intention to stay here, but she just before she applied for the tourist visa 2 times and they refused, although she has the tourist visa and that was expired, and then she applied again and they refused because under maybe Article 214B or something like that.
Yep.
And then now I didn't file the petition for her because she don't have any intentions to stay here. But right now I need her to come here to visit us because everybody is there and she's currently alone in the country. So that's why now this is the only way that I have to file the petition for her. And second question is that my green card was issued in April 2021. So when I'm due to apply for the citizenship?
January of 26.
January 26, because I contacted almost 2 lawyers and they told me that my due date is January 2025. So I was really confused. That's why I called you.
Did you get your green card through marriage?
No, it was on asylum based.
Yeah, so it's 5-year wait.
With the asylum.
Uh-huh.
So it will be 26 January.
Yep.
And it was 90 days early, right? I can apply for that.
That's why it's January. Yep.
Yeah, and one more thing, they told me that they gave us maybe 1 year extra, like the date from the date when they approved the asylum. Our case started maybe in 2020. So my asylum was approved in 2020, and then I got the green card in 2021. So is there anything like that they said that you can apply technically after 4 years? Like
that's all based on it's all based on the start date on your green card. They've already done that calculation, so you just go 5 years off the date on the green card.
Oh, okay. So you mean after I have to calculate the time like after April 2021?
It's 4 years and 9 months from the start date on your green card.
Okay. So, and the third question is, sorry about that. After getting the citizenship, can I travel back to my country?
No.
Like after getting the passport?
No.
Even then we cannot travel back to our country.
Did things change in your home country?
No.
You swore under oath that if you went back to your home country, you were going to be tortured, killed, or jailed. And just
Yeah.
because you get your citizenship, if there's no changes, you can't do that. I have videos on this.
Yeah. So even for a few days, I cannot visit there.
Goodbye. She just is not listening. She only wants to hear her own answers. So I had to get off the phone now. All right. Thomas is here. Hi, Thomas.
Hey Jim, good morning.
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing today?
Good, good, good.
Okay, so I've recently have an interview, but some of the evidence I didn't have. We were working on them, but they were not ready. For instance, we didn't have any joint bank account and insurances, such as car insurance and so forth. So we're working on them now, and we have them, but they have not asked for any RFEs or anything like that. It has been almost a month. Do you think it's a good idea to send those without them asking them?
I'm generally opposed to sending things without being asked. And that was really true before they started approving cases without interviews. How much evidence did you submit with the original application?
Well, we had a lease agreement, health insurance. What else we had? We had some pictures, some affidavit of support.
Trips and stuff.
No, we didn't have no trips.
Why?
Because we didn't really travel.
Are you the immigrant or are you the U.S. citizen?
Yeah. I'm the immigrant, yeah.
Were you in status at the time you got married?
I would say yes. Mm-hmm.
You were in status?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would keep uploading it. Just keep uploading it.
Okay, just keep uploading. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Bye, Thomas. See you, buddy. Junie says about the asylum person. I don't know that it means that she lied on the application. I think people are naive. I don't know that lying is a pretty strong word. I don't get too caught up in that. I do get frustrated when people say they got asylum and then they want to go back to their home country and they say the countries haven't changed. I think Laura's advice here is really good there. Asking to go back to your country for a few days when you've applied for asylum is like asking to go into the tiger cage at the zoo for just a few minutes or seconds. But you see how people like to ask me things and they just want me to tell them what they want to hear. I think that people underestimate. Well, certainly underestimate Trump. Don't forget, Trump had that denaturalization task force. So if he comes back, he's going to be having USCIS spend their time going over applications that were already approved. And I think one thing that would be really ripe for that would be people who got asylum and then went back to their home country. I think that, yeah, I know people just want to go back sometimes. I get it. But there are 170 other countries that they can visit. So I get it. But in my mind, if you're applying for asylum, you are telling, this is the truth, actually. It's not just in my mind. In reality, if you file a claim for asylum, you are swearing under oath that you will be tortured, persecuted, harmed if you go back, killed if you go back to your home country. You swore that to the federal government. You signed it. You said it in your interview. You said it in your hearing to the judge if you got asylum through the immigration court. You swore under oath that things were so bad in your home country that if you went back, bad things would happen. Those things don't magically change because you married a U.S. citizen and got a green card a different way. Those things don't change because you got citizenship. Now, if there's a change in the regime or the people that were going to target you are dead or out of power, that's different. But that's why I always ask, have things changed back home? And she said no. So, and plus she wasn't listening to me. So I think it's very risky to go back even after you get your citizenship. And I think, like I said, that denaturalization, if they think you lied, I mean, they can go all the way back to your asylum application Well, Adam's saying that she's fake. I don't even know if Adam knows what country she's from. So let's all be a little easy on each other. Life is hard, and we have a common enemy, and it's not each other. Yeah, Adam, dude, knock it off. We don't even know if she's Indian, so just chill out, dude. That's just no reason to talk like that. I think people just need to give each other a little grace, and I think that we're very, very, very quick to judge. Josu's been waiting. Hello, Josu.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just a little bit confused because I received my green card, but recently I received an RFE from USCIS asking me for my birth certificate and my my medical.
After you got your green card?
Mm-hmm.
Did you previously provide your medical and your birth certificate?
I did, yes.
And you have the actual physical green card in your hand?
Yes.
How much later did you get the request for evidence?
Around a month later, I will say, a month and a half.
And you didn't receive any kind of notice like, hey, we're revisiting this, or hey,
No, just a straight straight RFE asking for those things.
Yeah, so I might, if I were you, I would send them a letter back to that address and tell them that you've already received your green card. Send them a copy of your green card and say, I believe this was sent to me in error. If it was not, please notify me immediately because I've already submitted my medical and my birth certificate. And I would say the date that you submitted it and then go from there.
Yeah, because I think it's not possible to get the green card without submitting those things, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, they're dopes, but you just want to make sure that you document it and make sure you get proof of delivery so that you always have that if they try to mess with you later when you apply for your citizenship.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, Josu. See you, buddy. That's crazy. Sending out requests for evidence on things that they've already received. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys about this case I came across this week. And it brings up a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is notarios. So this is a immigration services company. Now, first thing I want to say is that everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of California has charged 2 people with aiding and abetting false statements on asylum applications. I was tickled because the U.S. Attorney has the same first name as my son, Ismail. So that was interesting. I sent it to the family. These guys operated something called Gospel Immigration Service, a corporation in Newark, California that held itself out as providing individuals with assistance in applying for immigration documents and benefits, including asylum. So these are not lawyers, these are notarios, i.e. fake lawyers. The indictment alleges that these 2 were listed as application preparers on more than 200 asylum applications submitted to USCIS over an 11-year period. According to the government, these 2 provided their clients with sample personal statements describing persecution for use in their own asylum applications. It was their practice to review and edit people's personal statements, and they would include false and embellished details they believe would increase the client's chances of getting asylum. The indictment further alleges that they would prep them before their interviews to memorize false details, and they would charge them $5,000 for their assistance and would pressure clients for bonuses if their cases were approved. These people face 10 years imprisonment and a $250,000 fine. And so obviously that case will make its way through the courts, but it's very upsetting when I see things like this. For a straight asylum case, usually we're going to charge between $6,500 and $7,500. So why people would pay notario almost the same amount they would pay us makes me think that it must be because they didn't have valid asylum cases in the first place. And of course, filing a fake asylum case is one of the worst things you can do. Not only does it keep you from getting any immigration benefit for the rest of your life, I mean, all those people, I guarantee that all those people that got asylum through that scheme and then got green cards and maybe even citizenship, because this started back in 2013. So in theory, people filed an asylum case that was BS, got approved, got their green cards, and are now citizens. Well, now the government's going to go back and undo all that and deport those people. So Immigration's Customs Enforcement and Homeland Security investigations will be very busy looking at every single application that has the names of those alleged fraudulent notarios. So again, I bring these things up just so that you're aware and scared and careful before you spend all that money on a notario. This is a good question from Adam. Jim, how do you know if it's a fake asylum or a real one? That's a good question. I don't always know. But certainly the allegations laid out in this complaint are not was it a close call? Did the person have a valid asylum claim or not? But rather they were just making shit up, right? They were giving details and fake things to say. We usually take people at their word, but we've certainly had situations where cases weren't filed. We, ended our relationship with a client, whether it's for asylum or a marriage-based green card or citizenship, whatever, because we thought the people were lying to them. I believe most people. I believe victims. But sometimes there's things that just don't make any sense. All right, let's go to Zara. Hi, Zara. Are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
I'm good, thank you. So I wanted to ask, if someone has overstayed their esta, and their sister's a US citizen, would she be able to adjust their status while they're in the United States, or would they have to leave and yeah?
Well, so this person is the I-130 already on file, or has the sister not even filed an I-130 for them?
No, she hasn't filed it yet.
Yeah, so that's a 16-year wait. So probably by the time it comes around, it'll be a 20-year wait. So that's most likely not going to work.
So even if the person who's overstayed, they want to wait in the United States for, let's say, 20 years, even if they want to do that, would that be fine? Or
No, the filing of an I-130 by a brother or sister does not give the beneficiary the right to stay in the United States the whole time that case is pending. That's only for spouses and parents and children of U.S. citizens. Everybody else, that wouldn't work, because she won't, even if the sister had filed it 16 years ago, she overstayed esta, she's not in status. So you can't adjust status if you're out of status unless you're married to an immediate relative.
Oh, all right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, Zara. See ya.
Thank
Yep, you too. So that's the thing. Immediate relatives are special. Immediate relatives are the spouses, children, and adult and spouses, underage children, and spouses and parents of U.S. citizens. All right, I'm going back to Hina's questions. Let me see. Where did I leave off? I want to apply for the lottery visa. My wife hasn't filed for divorce yet. Do I need her picture? Probably yes. Zara says, oh, we just answered Zara on the show. KK, that's my sister's name, KK. What do you do if you do your biometric 1 year ago and no response in over a year? Well, it depends on what kind of case it is. You might need to end up suing them. You might need to look into why the case has been delayed. How long is the Ciudad Juarez embassy taking to schedule a marriage-based interview? My understanding is it's like a year and a half after DQ'd, but you can check with the people in the comments. They should know. All right, Lee King says, I filed a 751 back in December of 21. No reply to date. More recently filed N400 8/30/2024. That's good, Lee King, because the N400 will probably get them to get working on the 751. So you might want to ask yourself, why are they sitting on the 751? Is there something wrong with the marriage, something like that? You might need to be a little worried about that. But it's good that you filed for naturalization, because that should get the 751 case moving. Benina 4. Can I travel on my advance parole on a pending adjustment status case based on marriage to a U.S. citizen? I say yes, unless you were out of status at the time that you filed. Then I say wait until you get your green card. I'll make a TikTok about that. That's a good topic. My form I-131 was denied because the judge made a mistake and selected that my case was in removal. That's interesting. That is very interesting, Alachia. I would make sure that my case is not in removal. That would tell me that maybe it is. So I'd be a little bit worried about that. But if they made a flat out mistake, you need to start bothering USCIS and trying to convince them of that. All right. Let's see who's here. Hector is here. Hello, Hector.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Good, good. Well, thank you very much for accepting me on.
Sure.
So I've been watching you for a while. You did help me actually by looking at your videos. I was able to bring my wife that was in Honduras. I did the whole process. And
That's great. That's great.
Sometimes I do processes for the family and everything.
How long, Hector, how long did it take her, like from start to finish?
I would say so. She was in Honduras. I would say this whole process took around a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I've seen other people, say that it's taking longer. I do know that embassies, do have a backlog depending on the situations that are happening in each country.
For sure.
So she had an issue where her green card was sent to an address that we had previously had.
The worst.
It happens. When she came, the card went missing. I reapplied for through a 990 for another card. And it's almost been almost 2 years. She's almost going to hit the 3-year mark. I would say, and in that case, what would you say is like the best thing to do? Because the application she did biometrics and everything. It's just it's been pending for so long. She had to get a new stamp and everything to
So I guess my big question is, when she got approved to come, were you married more than 2 years or less than 2 years?
More than 2 years. If not, she wouldn't have been granted citizenship. Her green card status for
10 years.
Is it 10 years? Yeah, 10 years.
She got a 10-year green card, not a 2. Yeah. Okay, so I-90 is good. So, yeah, that's sort of sad and pathetic. But yeah, she'll probably get her citizenship before she ever gets that new green card.
That's what I thought. I was telling her, you might as well just apply for your citizenship once she hits the 3-year mark. But I just wanted to see if what would be like the best route. But at least she has a stamp,
2 years is crazy. Where do you live, Hector?
I live in Boston.
Yeah, 2 years is crazy. That's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, if she's eligible soon to file for citizenship, I might just focus on that, especially if she already has the stamp.
Yeah. I also did have one more question. So I do have I did fill out 2 I-130s for my father-in-law. He recently became a citizen, and he does have some children. He has one child that is in Mexico, and then another one that is a green card holder but is bringing his wife over here. What are the weights that you're seeing right now for people that are green card holders? And for example, for my brother-in-law, he's a green card holder. He's bringing his wife, and then a citizen that's bringing his daughter that's married from Mexico.
Sure. So, do you know about the visa bulletin?
Yeah, I know that there's a certain amount of visas that are available once it closes, right?
Yeah. So right now, it's just pulling up. It takes a second. Are you a school teacher?
I'm not a school teacher. I mean, I do work in human resources, but I do have had some experience with lawyers before.
Okay.
I am a notario, but I'm not a bad notario.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
I would never bring on. It's crazy how many cases I see of people that they do such fraudulent things with, and they manipulate people into applying for things that they're not eligible for. But
all right, so I'm gonna pull up the visa bulletin.
Yeah.
So for the green card holder sponsoring his wife, they're issuing visas with priority dates from what country did you say? Mexico?
So he's here in the U.S. His wife is in Honduras.
Honduras. Okay, so that we're okay there. So that's like it's like a 2.5 year wait, almost a 3 year wait.
Mm-hmm.
So probably 3 years for that one. And then the other one was the married adult children of a U.S. citizen, child of a U.S. citizen.
Yes, she's married.
So that's 14 years.
That's immigration is
it's insane.
Slow, unfortunately. And in that case, there's nothing that you can really do, right?
No, there's just 14 years of people in line ahead of her.
It is what it is, right?
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye, Hector. See ya.
See you. Bye-bye.
What a nice guy. All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. Huli, are we doing a show tomorrow? Yes, we are. 11 a.m. Central, so an hour later than today. That'll be episode 690. Boy, we're trucking towards 700. Trucking towards 700. Donna says, Jim, have a blessed day. Big up to all the Yardies. Thank you, Huli. Thank you, Hina. Thanks, everybody on TikTok. Thanks, everybody on YouTube. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are